For those of you that don't know, my name is Ariel. This is my YouTube channel. I haven't filmed in a while, and I figured that it was the right time to film a video because Halloween is coming up. It is spooky season. Spooky season is upon us, and I really just want to preface this video by saying that I'm not a believer in spirits or ghosts or demons, you know, stuff like that. I think it's really interesting to read about them and watch movies about them. I mean, my favorite TV shows are Supernatural and The Vampire Diaries and stuff like that. So I mean, I love being entertained by you know, the thought of vampires and mythical creatures and things that we cannot see, but while I am intrigued by that and interested in it, I don't really think it's real, you know, I don't believe in it. I don't think that vampires are lurking in alleys and are so seductive and I don't know, could maybe bite your neck, although that would be tight. So if vampires are real, actually hit me up, I'm your girl, I will fucking serve you, and just turn me please, yes daddy. With that being said, I don't know, I've had some experiences that have definitely shook me and that I don't really know what to make of them, and I think the skeptic in me wants to find a logical reason for the things that have happened to me and be oh, it must have been XYZ, it must have been these things. It couldn't have possibly been some sort of spirit or whatever you want to call it, because I really believe in science more than anything. And I don't know, I've always just kind of wanted to find a reason, a logical reason for things and why they happen. But there's just some things that happen that are unexplainable and that you cannot reason with, and that there's nothing logical about it, you know? So I'm gonna share with you guys, you know, a couple experiences that I've had that I couldn't explain, that I still can't explain, and I haven't really told many people about it. I do stream online, and I've told some of my regulars about it because I just thought that it was so crazy, and it makes for a good story. It really does make for a good story, but I don't know, I feel most people just kind of look at you okay, you're on drugs, but whatever, you know? I'm gonna tell you guys because it's spooky season, okay? So that gives me a pass. So I have two things that have happened to me that come to mind when I think of this, okay? The first being the story of when I lived with my grandfather and something very weird that happened to me while I lived there. So when I was a little bit younger, probably, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, I was bouncing around kind of from family member's house to family member's house. I was really young and kind of trying to get on my feet. So at this point in time that the story took place in, I was living with my grandfather. You know, bless you, he really helped me get on my feet. This was also around the time that I started live streaming. So normally what I would do is I would wait for him to leave so that I could stream. because I kind of preferred to be alone. I think, you know, it's pretty understandable. I like to be alone. I like to have the space to myself. So my grandpa has this super, super dope basement. Very dope. There's on one side a bar that stretches, you know, across half of it, and it's next to the stairs. Okay, so there's like the bar and then the stairs. And then the rest, like across from the bar, there's like a whole living room section with TV and everything. And then he has like an old school like computer desk set up. So like whenever he wants to get on the computer, he doesn't have a laptop or Wi-Fi or anything like that. Like he is old school as fuck, and like he gets on his computer, like on his computer desk. And he has like this rolling chair and stuff. So, okay. So it like gives me chills like thinking about it still, like it really does, because it was just so freaky. But so one day he was gone, so I decided that I was going to live stream. So I went into the basement and I set up my laptop and everything on the bar down there, because I like to sit on the bar stools, and I would just kind of hang out and stream there. So I was streaming, and my friend was coming to pick me up shortly so that we could go hang out. And so I was just kind of, you know, killing time streaming, waiting for my friend to get there. And I also kind of need to add, and I know that I said in the beginning of this video that I don't believe in like ghosts or like spirits or anything like that, but I do want to give a little background. A lot of people have like passed away in that house. A lot of people, that house has been in the family. My grandpa lived there as a child. It was his parents' house. Both of his parents passed away in the house, you know, as well as my grandmother. So 3 people that I know of have passed away in that house. Maybe more, I don't know. I didn't ask, he didn't tell, I don't know. But I just wanted to add that because kind of it was like something that I thought about when this happened. Like I kind of thought about that. I was like, well, this is like a little bit spooky that this like happened. So I was live streaming, and then my friend texted me and they were like, oh, hey, I'm here. So I was like, okay guys, like I'm gonna log off, like I will see you guys later. And as I was like at the foot of the stairs, like close my laptop, getting ready to go, and I'm at the foot of the stairs, okay, and I hear the rolling chair that's at the computer desk across the basement. I hear the rolling chair, like the wheels go across the concrete floor. So he had like this really dope basement that was all furnished and everything, but there were still concrete floors. Like he had a giant rug under the couch and everything like that, but there was still concrete floor, and that's what the rolling chair was on top of. And the basement was like level, you know. My head has like gone through like so many scenarios. I've thought of like everything of what it could have been. The floor's level, like I wasn't over there. He doesn't have any pets, like. So as I'm at the foot of the stairs, I just hear the rolling chair, and you guys know what wheels like on concrete sounds like. It's like you can hear it like rolling over. So I just like hear the chair roll across the floor, and I swear, like I am like, my stomach is like hurting thinking about like how I felt in that moment. Like the hairs on my arms stood up, like the back of my neck felt tingly. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like the tingling on the back of your neck, and how like your neck feels whenever like something fucked up happens, or like, I don't know, you just hear something fucking weird or something weird happens. Like your neck just tingles and it just feels so weird. That's how I felt. Like everything on my body, I just froze. And then like I didn't know what to do, and then I fucking bolted. I like ran up those stairs so fast and out the front door. Like I didn't even like I didn't do anything. I didn't stop and grab anything. Like my bag was already on the couch upstairs. So I literally like ran up the stairs as fast as I could, grabbed my bag, and then I just bolted out the front door. I don't even think that I shut the door all the way. I just like got into my friend's car and like didn't say anything. Like I just sat down in his car and I was like, because like what was I like, what do you like say to somebody like when you like just had something weird like that happen to you, and like you like get in their car and then you're like, oh my god, like I just saw a ghost, like I just saw a ghost. Like no, my friend at the time would have like honestly just laughed at me. Like he would have laughed at me and he would have been like, you're freaking ridiculous, like you were so ridiculous. And he would just been like, yeah, like there was a ghost, you saw a ghost, like I don't know. Okay, so I'm back. I had to charge my battery for a little bit so that I could record the second part to this story. So like I told you guys about a basement, chair, and like all of that other stuff, but there is one more story that, like I said before, I've tried to debunk. I've tried to figure out, oh, it could have been this, it could have been that, it could have been so many different things. But it's something that like through the years has definitely just like stuck with me, and I have told this story to people that I've been close with and stuff, and like I get the same looks like every time. People are just like, okay, like yeah, like that was a ghost, that was something spooky, like not taken seriously. And I don't know, maybe it was something else, maybe I was imagining it, which I don't fucking think that I was. I do not think that I was, okay? Because this was just so, like, hair-raising, okay? It really was. So this one took place when I was actually a lot younger. So this wasn't like 5 or 6 years ago. This was probably when I was like 10, maybe 9. I was really young. So I was obviously still living at home. I wasn't like a hustling ass hoe, like with my own place at 9 or 10 years old, you know, like I was living at home. And I lived at the far end of our house at the end of a hallway. And my bed was placed so that the door was like right here, and whenever my head was down like this, I could see out of the door and like down the hall, you know? So one night I was just laying in bed and all the lights off in the house, like everybody was like sleeping or like about to fall asleep. It was pretty late. And I had this I grew up pretty poor, so I had this kind of like janky bed, and it was like a very thick wooden like headboard, and like that's what I slept on. Like it was pretty uncomfortable bed, honestly, but it just had like a jankety like wooden like headboard. So I just remember like one night just like laying with my head up against the headboard and just like looking down the hallway. And mind you, I do want to put this in here before people are like, oh my god, it was like probably just like your pet if you have a pet. I didn't have any animals or pets at the time. I don't think my first pet until I was like maybe 13, so not until a few years after this happened. So I had my like head up against the headboard, and I heard like really just like what sounded like nails scratching, like on just like a scratching on the headboard. Like it just sounded like literally like this, like, oh god, I can't even like do that without like feeling sick. But like, actually this is wood, maybe actually oh my god, that's like exactly what it sounded like. That's literally exactly what it sounded like. So it was like up against like behind my head. Like I just heard like that. And like I just freaked out because it was like really faint whenever it started. So like I think it like started out like, you know, like that, like very, very light. But then it got And I just like laid there because I think if like anyone's experienced something creepy, like you just kind of are like, oh no, like that didn't happen, whatever. But then like it happened louder and it was like, and I fucking like froze. Like the same thing, I guess I just have like the same reaction every time something scary happens, like because I literally like, there's like 2 stages to me freaking out. Like the first thing that happens is that like my entire body just like freezes up and I just like don't know what to do and I'm like paralyzed for a second. And I'm a professional. My memory card got full as I was describing my stages of fucking being paralyzed. I had to delete some shit off my memory card, okay? This is dedication. I will get through this story. I will fucking get through it. Okay. Like I was saying, there's 2 fucking stages. There's 2 stages to me being scared, okay? I hit the stage of like being paralyzed and being terrified and I just like freeze up and I don't know what to do and I'm like, did that happen? Like, did that actually happen? But then like, it's like my whole body is telling me like, yes, that really just happened. And like the hairs on my arms stand up, like the back of my neck gets all tingly and I just like freak out and then I hit panic mode and I want to run. And like, that's what happened. Like I was debating at first, I'm like, did that happen? But then when it got louder and it was like that, then that's when like my whole body, I got chills and then like I didn't want to get out of bed because I was scared, but then I just bolted and I just bolted to like the other end of the house and I went into my brother's room and I slept on the floor in there because I was like so scared and I didn't want to be alone, so I didn't want to go like sleep on the couch or something because I was fucking terrified. So I literally just like bolted in my brother's room and then I like just stole a blanket and I just like slept on the floor because I was so terrified. Like I was so terrified that I was just like something was gonna come after me. Like I hit full panic mode and like my biggest fear ever is like something chasing me. I don't know, like I've watched so many scary movies that like it's kind of weird that that's like my biggest fear, but like something scary just like running after me, that's like my biggest fear. And I cringe like when people in general like will run up behind me or run after me, I will just freak out and I will just like be like, no, get away from me. Like I will freak out. I don't know why, but I hate it. I hate it so much when people are like, when people run up on me, like I don't like it. I don't like it. It just freaks me the fuck out and I'm just like, get away from me. Why are you running fast at me? Don't do this. Like I hate it so much. And like, so that's why I run so fucking fast probably. But like I bolted into his room and I slept on the floor and I was like, nothing is like behind me. I'm fine. And then I just covered myself with the blanket entirely because like, everyone knows that that's like the universal way of saying like, you can't get me demons, like I have a blanket over me, even though like that's actually gonna do something, like if there's demons or something, like as if like having a blanket over you is gonna save you from the demons. Like the demons are gonna get you either way, but like somehow everyone's like comforted by like throwing a blanket over themselves and it's like you feel safe somehow, but it's like gonna die either way probably if it was like a real demon or something. So like I honestly don't know in both of these cases. I don't know, the rolling chair one, by far the scariest thing. I think like at the time when I was like 9 or 10, the scratching thing, it's still kind of creepy and like, because especially if you're the only one awake, it's very scary. But yeah, I don't know. So those are the most like scary things that have just stuck with me through the years. I don't think I'll ever forget about those because they're like the ones that have like left a huge impact on me, and I don't think that I will like ever in my lifetime be able to forget about that. Hopefully nothing scarier happens to me because like that's enough for me, like really it is. So I guess just leave anything weird that's happened to you down below. I'd actually like love to just read about weird experiences that you guys have had, and I'd love to just see like if maybe anything like similar has happened to you guys, or maybe just leave a comment down below telling me what you think about the weird shit that's happened to me, and maybe some theories that you might have about what those things were. I don't know, like I've tried to think of everything it could have been, and I don't know anymore. So yeah. Happy Halloween, like. Alright, I will see you guys sooner next time with another video. So